Hello everyone, myself Swati Jayavant Kokate from Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Today we are going to learn Geography lesson number 2, that is inside our earth. Just let us recapitulate some of the points, children, so that it will be easy again to understand. Okay. So we have seen that earth is a dynamic planet. What is dynamic? I have explained you, that is there are always changes in the interior as well as exterior of the earth, means in interior part as well as the exterior part there are always changes. So we have called this as dynamic planet. Again we have seen that interior of the earth, what does it consist, whether it is, what does it has, okay, what it consists of. We have seen that there are 3 layers, main 3, okay. The outermost layer is called crust, then inner is the mantle and the innermost is the core. Also we have seen this with an example of an egg. We have seen that, children, the radius of the earth is 6371 kilometers, fine, and it is made up of concentric layers with one side and another, like an onion. We have seen that there are layers, but the layers differ in size, we have seen it. Then outermost, okay, the uppermost cover, that is crust, it is the thinner layer. Why we have called it thinner? Because it consists of only, it takes only 1%, that is 35 kilometers. It is the uppermost layer and the thinnest layer over the earth's crust, earth's surface, that is crust, and it is about 35 kilometers on the continental mass, okay, and only 5 kilometers on the ocean floor. Continental mass consists of silica and alumina. These are the mineral constituents, what it consists of, okay. Thus it is called as Sial, S-I-A-L, Sial. Si is for silica and Al is for alumina. The ocean crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. So it is called as SIMA, S-I-M-A. Thus the crust forms only 1% of the volume of the earth, as I told you. So this crust, it consists of only 1%. Then come to mantle. Just after crust comes the mantle, and it extends up to the depth of near about 2900 kilometers below the crust, and the mantle forms 16%, okay, it covers up to 16% of the volume of the earth. Then we have seen core, the innermost, okay, layer of the earth is core, and its radius is about 3500 kilometers. And what it is made up of? It is made up of nickel and iron, and it is called as NiFe knife, that is nickel, and ferrous, that is similar word for iron. The central core has very high temperature. Here the temperature is very high. It forms 83% of the volume of the earth. So here the main core, it consists of 83%, that is maximum is included here. And here the temperature is also too high and pressure is also more. So we have seen, children, these 3 types, okay, interior of the earth, the layers of the earth mainly we have seen, that is crust, mantle and core. Then we are going to study in this lecture rocks and minerals. Fine. What are rocks, what are minerals? We are going to study in detailed form. I had told you the earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks and minerals, such as, what are they? What are rocks, then what are minerals? Let me explain you. Any natural mass, okay, any natural mass of mineral matter, means which consists minerals, that makes up the earth's crust, okay, the earth's crust is called rock. The different types of rocks may vary, means there may be different types in colors, size, also the texture may be different. If you have seen the stones also, children, many of the colors are different, the size, the texture. Some you find very soft, some it is grainy, what we can say little hard. You have seen the texture also. Then rocks, what are they useful? Rocks are useful for us for making roads, buildings, houses, etc. Okay. Once again just see what are rocks. Any natural mass, mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is called as rock. So, they may differ in different size, different color, different texture we have seen. Then in these rocks we are going to study types of rocks. Okay. The main three parts are what we are going to study are igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. So, just children, before going to this, shall we see a video? It will be easy for you to understand. Okay. Then how the formation of rock, igneous rock, how many parts are there in that we are going to study. So, let us go to see what is formation of igneous rocks.
The igneous rocks are formed due to the volcanic eruptions. Different types of rocks are formed because of different speed of cooling of magma. The process of cooling and solidification can happen in the crust or on the surface of the earth. When the magma rapidly cools down and becomes solid, extrusive igneous rocks are formed. For example, ash cone and lava flows. Sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the crust of the earth. Solid rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks, that is, sills, dikes, batholiths and laccoliths. The igneous rocks are formed when the magma cools and solidifies.
So, children, we have seen here what is igneous rocks. Fine. Here we are going to study, I have told you three types, that is igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. In this we are going to study two types, means in igneous also there are two types, that is intrusive and extrusive. Why it is called, I will explain you soon. Why these are formed? Now two words I am going to explain you, that are magma. What is magma? And then what is igneous? Magma is the molten rock present in the earth's crust, means what, it is a molten rock. What is molten then? Molten is what we call, it is liquefied due to heat. Fine, means it is in a liquid state. So, magma, what is magma? Magma is the molten rock present in the earth's crust. And what is molten? Molten means it is liquefied due to heat, like when we boil, suppose due to heat it melts. Fine. Then what is igneous? Igneous is the word and it is derived from the Latin word ignis. Means what? Ignis. This word means fire. Okay. So, igneous means due to fire, this something is boiling. You must have listened the word, what we call lava. Okay. So, igneous is the word. It is derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. So, these two words are very important here to study igneous rocks, that is magma and what is meant by igneous. Again in magma the molten word we have heard, and what does the molten means? Means it is liquefied due to heat. Then again we have seen in the video that how igneous rocks are formed. I will explain you again in detail. They are formed when the molten magma cools and becomes solid. How it becomes? Let me explain you. These rocks are also known as primary rocks. There are two types. In this, how it forms? Let me explain you. That is intrusive rocks and then extrusive rocks. And intrusive rocks is formed when the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth. Okay. This lava, what happens children? Due to too much heat and pressure, what happens? It boils and due to eruption it comes out, and when it comes out of the earth, as we have seen in the video, what it happens, it comes on the earth and it settles down and it cools. Okay. When it cools down, what happens? When it cools down outside the earth, it is called as extrusive, and when due to as it cools down, slowly they form large grains. What is grains? Not wheat, jowar or rice, children. Grains means the particles, the big particles of these things, and they form, for example, granite. What stones are formed here? We can see the example is granite, and we see granite grinding stones which your mother uses in the kitchen to grind spices. Okay. Also, we have seen the granites, what we call where your mother makes the makes powder of wheat or some rice and all, that is also made up of this granite. Again, in simple words, we can say that when the molten magma cools, it becomes solid. Rocks thus formed in this is called as igneous rocks. They are also called as primary rocks, and there are two types of this, that is intrusive and extrusive. If we imagine that lava coming out of the volcanoes, children, lava is actually fired red color molten magma, and it comes out from the interior of the earth on its surface, and this lava comes out, and due to the pressure it comes out, and again when it comes outside the earth on the earth's surface from the interior of the earth, what it becomes? It comes out of the earth's surface and it rapidly cools, means due to this temperature, or inside it is the temperature is very high, but when it comes on the earth it cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way are called as extrusive. Okay. When it comes out, it is called as extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine granite grain structure. I have told grain means little rough, means having more grains, like grain structure on it, and the example of it is basalt. Okay. The Deccan Plateau of India is made up of basalt rocks, children. So, this is the best example you have to see. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rocks. Sometimes the molten magma, then what happens? Now we have seen extrusive, we are going to see now what is intrusive rocks. Now sometimes what happens, you can see while boiling, for example, I will give you the milk boils in a vessel, okay, and some of the milk it comes out and spills on the gas or comes on the floor. Then this what it comes out is called as extrusive, okay, and it cools down. See children, you must have observed that when it comes down on the floor, the milk gets cooled quickly, and which remains in the utensil, it takes little more time to cool down. So, what comes out, it is called as extrusive rocks, just example I had given you. And sometimes the molten magma cools inside the deep crust, deep inside the earth, means inside only it gets cooled, means it does not come out, and the remained one, whatever is remained, it gets cooled inside the earth's surface. These solid rocks which are formed here are called as intrusive rocks, intrusive igneous rocks. As they cool down slowly, means the what comes out, it cools down very quickly, rapidly, but what remains inside the surface, earth's surface, it takes little time to cool down. So, it has large stones, okay, large grains, what we call, as compared to this extrusive, the intrusive grains, they are more bigger size. So, they are in large size. I can give you example, just now I told granite, okay, granite is an example of such a rock, and grinding stones, and which your mother uses in the kitchen to paste or make powder of spices, and the grains are made up of granite. Let us see what is sedimentary rock, children. Let us go to the video again. Now here we have seen formation of igneous rock. Next one we are going to see formation of sedimentary rocks.
The land around us, no matter where we live, is made of rock. All rocks, be it igneous, metamorphic or sedimentary rocks, are constantly subjected to weathering and erosion. Before being deposited, the geological detritus was formed by weathering and erosion from the source area and then transported to the place of deposition by water, wind, ocean waves, glaciers, which are called agents of denudation. The heaviest and largest particles settle out first, and the lightest sediments such as silts and clays settle out last. The oldest layers are at the bottom and the youngest layers are at the top. In short, sedimentary rocks are formed from other rock materials since they are made up from the build-up of withered and eroded pre-existing rocks. Sedimentary rocks are of three basic types. These include clastic, chemical and organic sedimentary rocks. Clastic sedimentary rocks such as sandstone, siltstone and shale are formed from mechanical withering debris. Chemical sedimentary rocks such as rock salt, iron ore, etc. form when dissolved materials precipitate from solution. Organic sedimentary rocks such as coal and some limestones form from the accumulation of plant or animal debris. Examples of coal in order of the degree of compaction and alteration include peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite. Sedimentary rocks contain important information about the history of the earth. They contain fossils, the preserved remains of ancient plants and animals. Therefore, the nature, color and size of a sedimentary rock depends on the time, sediment supply and environment in which it is formed.
So children, here we have seen igneous was a Latin word. Igneous is a Latin word which means, which has come from the Latin word that is ignis, and the meaning of it is fire. Then now we are going to study sedimentary rocks. What are sedimentary rocks? From which word it has come, we are going to study in detail. So sedimentary is also a Latin word which means the word that is sedimentum, okay, SCDIMENTUM, sedimentum. So what is the meaning of this sedimentum? It means to settle down, okay. So from this word what we can understand is sedimentary, these things, these particles, they come and they settle down, okay, one above the other, and what happens, these sediments are again broken and many small fragments are formed, and these settle on each other, these particles of sand, and they are transported due to wind and also water. So and they are compressed, means they are compressed on each other and becomes a hard layer of rock. So what is, how it becomes, okay, these rocks, what happens, this second one type we are going to see that sedimentary rocks, they roll down, children, means roll down means they fall, many of the rocks they fall down and broke into pieces of different size, means it does not fall, when the rock falls it does not fall equally, means the parts, some becomes very small, some are like little big stones. So these rocks, when they roll down, when they fall, they hit each other, okay, they fall on each other or they hit each other and they are broken into small fragments. These small particles, these small particles, what they happen, they are called as these sediments, okay. These small particles, as I told you that some are of other size, some are big, some are very small. So what they have, these are called, these form sediments, these are called sediments. These sediments are transported means not carried by this any vehicle, They are transported means they go from one place to another. So, how do they go? With the by wind, water. When there is rainfall, they pass on with the water. Also when there is heavy wind or heavy rainfall and wind also, they go to from one place to another. That is called as transported, means here they go from one place to another. And they are deposited by wind and water. Then it settles down somewhere, and these loose sediments, then with this wind and water, what these sediments do? These sediments are compressed on each other and hardened to form layers of rocks. So, years after, what happens? It becomes very hard, and the layers of rocks are formed here now. These types of rocks are called as sedimentary rocks. For example, sandstone is made from grains of sand. Okay. Here example we can give sandstone, which is made from grains of sand. These rocks may also contain, so this, what does this soil or this rocks, this what does it contains? It contains fossils of plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived there. What it means, children? When these rocks they fall, does only what this rock fall? No. When there are animals, the remains of animals, plants obviously may be there. So, this remains of this is called, this come with this, they are also transported with water, wind, with these rocks. So, these rocks contain, so they have fossils. What are fossils? Fossils are the remains of dead plants and animals trapped in the layer of soil or layer of rocks, as I had told you. They are called fossils. If you want to note down, note it, children. The remains of the dead plants and animals trapped in the layer of the rocks are called as fossils. So, just we have seen how the igneous rocks were formed due to volcanic eruption and whatever lava was there, in that we have seen intrusive and extrusive. Then what are sediments? Due to these rocks, when the rocks come down, they roll down and they hit each other, they form or they are broken into small pieces, small fragments. These smaller parts are called as sediments, and these sediments are transported, they are taken from one place to another with the help of water or by wind and water. Then these loose sediments are compressed and hard, they become hard and to form the layers of rocks. Then the different layers of rocks are formed. These types of rocks are called sedimentary rock. Why did I explain you again igneous? Just to bifurcate and make it easy to understand what was igneous we learnt. Then I have told you sedimentary. Then for example sandstone, okay, sandstone is an example made from grains of sand. These rocks may also, I have told you these rocks, these what it contains, that is fossils of plants and animals and other microorganisms which were living there for those days. So, we can tell that children two types, also we have seen sedimentary, it is derived from the Latin word that is sedimentum, which means settle down. Okay. So, we have seen that igneous and sedimentary rocks, they can change into metamorphic rocks under great heat and pressure. For example, clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. Again we are going to see that how this one igneous and sedimentary rocks, these also change, they can change into metamorphic. Now we are going to see go to metamorphic, that is third type of rock. Igneous and sedimentary rock, these two types, igneous we have seen, then sedimentary, and these two also can be changed into metamorphic rocks. How it can be? Under a great heat and pressure. For example, now you might have seen when the clay it is heated, it becomes a slate, and also the limestone when it is heated on a great, under a great heat and also a pressure, it also becomes, the limestone becomes into marble. So rocks are very useful to us. Okay, rocks, without rocks can anything be, like buildings, constructions, construction of roads was impossible. So rocks are very useful to us. The hard rocks are used for making roads, houses and buildings. You use stones in making games. Some of the games you must have seen which are used for. Can you give some examples what things with marbles also you play, isn't it? Again, nowadays just children you play with mobiles or televisions, but in old days, or you can ask to your mother or grandmothers also, that they used to play with the stones and they had some of the names. Here some of them are given in the textbook. Okay, the hard rocks are used for making roads, buildings, houses, etc. Also you use stones in many games. Some of the examples are 7 stones, that is called spittu something, then hopscotch, that is tappu, kit kit something it is called, then 5 stones, it is gitti. So these are some of the words or some of the games which were played, or some of in the villages also you can see they take some stones and they play with this. So you can also find some of the games by asking your parents, mother or grandparents, that which games are there which were played during those days. Also children, you must have noticed that different colors of the stones are there, fine, different texture is there, different size, isn't it? So if you have seen the picture of, you can see in the textbook also, here I will show you the picture of this one. Okay, this is red fort made from red sandstone. So you can see this color is red. The red fort is made up of red sandstone. So you can see the color, it is not painted. Okay children, the sandstone, the color of the stone itself is red. So it is called as red fort and it is made from red sandstone. On the other side you can see this, the picture of Taj Mahal. What color it is? Can you tell? Have you seen it? Okay, this is the picture of Taj Mahal and it is made up of white marble. So you can see this children. Okay, these are the pictures of these monuments and you can find out which rock was used to build them. These two pictures, here also they have given the information that it was made up of red sandstone and this Taj Mahal is made up of white marble. Also white marble, you must, many of the children they must be having this one where your mother does puja, or white marbles you have seen in the some deities or of white marble you must have seen, and it is very plain and attractive stone children. So you can also go through and find some of the monuments which they are made from. Also we have seen, okay, magma, igneous, sedimentary, fossils. We have seen the meanings of this. What is magma? What is igneous? What is sedimentary? Also we have seen fossil fuels, fossils. What are fossils? Then we have seen metamorphic. What is metamorphic? This is a Greek word that is metamorphos, which means that change to form. Again we are going to see this metamorphic rock in detail in the next children. Till then just revise the lesson, whatever is taught till this. Thank you children.